kindly please let's take a screenshot of this page. You post it into the group and notify others that we have started. Let's utilize 1 minute. 1 minute we go. Let's only utilize 1 minute. We go. Please let's only utilize 1 minute. You post into the group and notify others that we have started. That we have started. Kindly let's do so. Take a screenshot of this page, post it to the group and notify others that we have started. That we have started. When we have 1 minute, we start right away. There's something I want to share out with you today, which will enable us make some good money throughout this red version of the market. Currently, we are experiencing a red market due to some factors. So today we're going to learn how we can keep away from making pennies. We're going to learn how to make some good amount of money. Mr. 14, thank you so much for initiative. I've seen your screenshot. Mr. 14, thank you so much. I've seen your screenshot. Others, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Others, what are you waiting for? Madam Crystal, thank you so much for initiative. Mama. Also, Mr. Ham, thank you so much. Hey, Tino Mgaga Ham, Panangi. Hamis Chigundu. Eh? Mr. Hamis Chigundu. It is my honor seeing you out here, sir. I don't know where you are. Let me see. Where is Mr. Ham? I'm not seeing Mr. Ham, but since he has shared, so grateful for that. All right. Today is 24th February 2025. We're only left with 4 days. We're only left with 4 days to end this month. Madam Justin, I would request, can you please mute your mic? Madam Justin Cassidy, can you please mute your mic, Mama? Thank you so much. Yes, you can mute your mic. Right, thank you. So today is 24th February. We're only left with 4 days to end this month. As we Muslims, we might start our rent period, that is Ramadan, on either Thursday or Friday. So we're only left with only 3 to 4 days. We start officially. So that means right now I'm prepared. I've already stocked what I'm going to use. I've bought some maybe attires. Those are the kanzus and the capes. I've already bought a new flask in case I had an unfunctioning flask. Now I've got a new flask which I used to store my warm water, which I used to store my tea. If I had a wife and we haven't made the official nikah ceremony, meaning by now I would have made that in place, because you can't have your wife during the rent period when you're not officially married. So that means I have prepared before the real thing has become. Now in our business, if you want to make a lot of money, you have to also do what we call preparations for the bigger thing. Before the bigger event happens, are you prepared so hard so that you're going to make a lot of good money? Let's take back a look at agriculture. Before a tree giving you out the fruits, that tree starts from a seed. From a seed, it's taken to the nursery bed. That's why it's grown for maybe 1 week to 1 month. Before it's taken out from the nursery bed, it's watered, it's pampered for, it's naturalized, it is matured with a lot of manures before it's exposed to the real world, to the real ground. You see, it's treated very well starting from the baseline. So same applies here with royal Q. You have to also treat your royal Q like in a nursery bed. You have to provide everything, and that is the knowledge you are going to acquire today. If not today, all the knowledge you have been acquiring since the year began, or since the day you started trading with us, You have been preparing for the nursery bed, preparing for the bigger event, and that is also what is known as a bull run. Most of us have been asking, what is a bull run? A bull run? A bull run is just a period where prices of the coins are hiking so high. That's what a bull run is. But for this case, you might not know when the bull run is. There's no specific date that this bull run is going to start here. You have to just prepare yourself. You get to know, be like, you know what? Before the bull run starts, how safe am I? Because you're going to wake up one day where there is no coin in red, when all the coins are in pure green, and the green starts from around 50% to 100%. But my question is, are you prepared enough to make a lot of good money? How prepared are you? Before the market dips down, how prepared are you? Because we are all aiming at the green market, forgetting that there is also a red market. Now, today, my major focus is it's not all about the green market. So today, I'm not going to focus on the green market. No, because we have always been teaching about the green market. We have always been teaching about the bull run. What if today I teach you how you can make some good money during the bear run, or what we can call the deep market, when the market is in red? How do you wish today I teach you about that? How you can make some good money if the market is in red? Who would like to learn how? Let me see by show of reactions. Would you like to learn how you can make some good money in the red market? I'm seeing Mr. Takunya. I'm seeing Mohazak. I'm seeing SK Richard, Joseph Okurut, Madam Justin Kasiri, Madam Esther Nabanja. Esther Nabanja. I'm also seeing Madam Princess, Esther Nachibonek. But Esther Ngabanji. Panangi. Ha! I've remembered. Tinayone Esther. Ulire Mary. Oh. Okay. Also, Mr. Ham was using his hand up. Hey, this is Hamza Bimbashir, not Ham. Oh, Wama, this is Ham. Ham Towers. Ham Bimbashir. All right, I've got to know you. So today, allow me to take you through how you can earn some good money even in the red market. If the market turns to green, you also be a good side. But today, my major focus is we are going to learn how we can make some good money in the red market. Before you start, last time I talked of 3 factors which will enable you to make some good money. If possible, you can write them down. If you want to make some core good results from RoyalQ, you have to be with what we call patience. That's rule number 1. The patience you had when you were collecting the $120, it's also the same patience you should keep up before the $120 period expires. That's 1 year. The day you woke up, you'll be like, you know what? Today, come what may, I'm going to activate my bot. So that patience I've been holding since the day someone introduced you this business to that day when you activated your bot, it's the same patience you should keep up or you should increase when you have started with RoyalQ. When you set up a trade that doesn't sell out, that means you're executing a patience. If your trade has sold out, but you haven't yet put up another signal, you're waiting for the signal master, or you're waiting for your upline to give you a signal before you go into his inbox, asking him brutally or peacefully, please, I need a signal. My money is sitting there redundant. It's not trading. Please, I need a signal. So the patience you apply when your signal master has not given out a signal, or your upline has not given out a signal, it's also the same patience you should apply when your coin is floating. That's when you're going to make some good money. Number 2, you have to be with what we call capital management. How have you allocated your funds? In English, there's a proverb which says that don't put all your eggs in one basket. It is true. Also, when you're investing, don't invest in one part. Like, divide, partialize your funds into smaller quantities or into some good units, whereby if this unit gives out some good money and others still holding on, you're good to go. Like, we are all here. Most of us were not basing onto crypto. We all have other jobs which we are doing, and some resided to fully focus onto this because it pays a lot. So as others are teaching, or others are working in hospitals, as others are working into the courts, as others are working into some organizations, they are having crypto as a side hustle. Others are having crypto as a main hustle. It's where they are going to get money from and invest in other businesses. You see, they are not putting all their funds in one investment. So also when you want to make some good money in Royal Q, you don't need to put all your capital in the first buying amount. No, you're going to partialize them into what we call margin calls. Margin calls, they are just levels, or they are just cells into which you have partially divided your capital into two. You'll be like, you know what? I'm having around $10,000. I'm going to divide this $10,000 into 100 units, meaning whenever your bot will be buying using $100. By the time it finishes up all the $10,000, your bot has bought 100 times. You can't tell me buying 100 times the bot can't sell it out. Definitely impossible. You'll be making some good money continuously. Today, we are going to focus more on repeated recurring income. You know how sweet that is? Making some what we call repeated recurring income. A recurring income, it is something whereby whether the market is good or the market is bad, you still have an income flow. You still have cash flow. Whether the market is good, whether the market is bad, you have a cash flow. You know why? Because you divided your funds into good sales. And lastly, number 3, you have to be with what you call a good strategy, which will enable you to make a lot of money in this bull run, which will enable you to make a lot of money in this bear run. Because my major focus today is how can you make a lot of good money during the red season. Allow me share out my screen as I explain fully this how it works. 1, I talked of patience, obugumiikiriza. Number 2, I talked about capital management. Number 3, I talked about strategy. You have to build a good strategy which enable you to have some good amount of money. My major focus today, I want to teach about patience. The patience is exercised, it's not taught. Capital management, it is taught. I'm going to basically look onto what we call the strategy. Which strategy will you use to enable you make a lot of money? We have our royalty. Our royalty, it's like, I don't know, how can I say it? It's like land. What you put in is what you receive. What you teach, it's what you get out. So with Royal Q, you can fully customize it to anything you want. With Royal Q, you can fully customize it to anything you can want. If you want 20%, you put up your take profit as 20%. I'm going to basically focus on to this Royal Q. So when I open to my Royal Q, and I'm like, you know what, uncle? I want to trade this coin of Juve. What happened? Like, I want to trade this coin of Juve. Are you seeing that? I go here, I tap understand. Tapping understand, I tap create. Then I be like, you know what, uncle? Choose a strategy. I be like, you know what? Let me use this strategy, for example. I put here, I write here $20. Strategy, I'm going to choose Sabu Bini real time settlement. You know why? Because with this mode, it enables me make a lot of money even when the coin is in red, even the coin is buying margin calls. So this mode, it allows me to earn some good money from the margin calls. So this is our strategy mode we use while the market it is in red. Always when you're setting your bot, when you're going to set your trade, put the trade in sub-binary mode, real-time settlement, because it enables your bot to also give you out some good returns from the margin calls. So you set this. So with this wall position take profit, now Royalty gave you a chance. You can set any amount of take profit you want. It depends on you. Me, I can say, you know what, uncle? I want like a 10%. I save. Meaning, my robot will always sell if it hits a take profit of 10%. You see this? Take profit ratio. My robot will always sell if this coin hits 10%. I can even write 1%. I can even write 2%. I can even write 5%. Anything you want. The bot gives you choice to put anything you want. You can customize it to anything you want. Here it is. You can customize it to anything you want. Kyonna kyoyagala robot kyogituma kyekola. So also here we're going to learn how we can fully customize our settings to give us some good amount of money. Now let me start it. Let me just activate it. I've activated it. I have activated it. It has started trading. Remember last time I told you how you can easily look out for a good signal of trade. Yeah? Yes. I want just look at that and probably sell out. Let me put like a 1.3 because I wanted to sell it out so quickly. I can put like a 1.3 because it was not intentional. I wanted to sell it out exactly 1.3. So I've set my bot to sell this coin at, it will sell it at 1.504. The moment it clicks here, it would have sold at around 1.3, and you will sell out. When it hits this take profit, my bot will have made some good money. My bot would have made some good money to hit that. Once it hits that, I'll be good to go. I'll be good to go. My take profit is 1.3. So when the bot hits this price, then I'll go out. So that means we can customize this thing into any. Now today we are going to learn how we can fully make some good amounts of money even the coin is in the red market. If you look down here, you're going to see that. Are you seeing down? We're having few greens. Last time I told you, always make use of this word change. When you tap onto this word change, it aligns coins in ascending order and descending order. So when you tap here, it's going to align coins which are highly performing and those which are poorly performing. So when I've tapped there, we have seen that only a few are in green. Most of the coins are in what? Most of the coins are in red. Are you seeing that? With Royal you are trading more than 300 coins. You're trading more than 300 coins. So among the 300 coins, we're having less than 50 coins. How many? Let me see how many are they. This is 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There are only 19 coins which are in green. The rest red. So how can you make a lot of money even though when you have a coin which is in red? Now we are going to design a strategy which will keep us far away from the negatives. Once you want to do it, design a strategy, you always tap on mine. You tap onto what you call my strategy setting. Now here we're going to design a strategy which will keep us away from floating. Tap onto my strategy settings. Now we're going to tap onto the plus button. We're going to design a new one. Now let's say I basically prefer doing this setting to someone who has around, let me say, $1,000. Let me suggest that in case someone is having around $1,000. Anyway, point of interest, I would request which amount of money can I purely use? Yes, by show, you can write down under the section, under the messages. First one to write. Just say that 500. All right, now I'm going to focus on the 500. You can't have your wife at all if you're not officially married. Okay, thank you, Mr. Mohazak. So now we're going to fully focus on using for $500. So the $500, if you're trading with Royal Q, we are not focusing on remember I told you, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Now we are going to allocate our funds into different sectors. So what am I going to do? I'm going to come here. I have my $500. I open my calculator. I have $500. Now the question is, how many times do you want your bot to buy this? Me, I can select here, be like, you know what, uncle, I want to buy this maybe 50 times. That means I'll be using $10. I can be like, you know what, uncle, I want this coin to buy into, let me say, 25 times. If it is 25 times, my bot will be using $20. So it's up to you. It is up to you. But today, my major focus or my major emphasis is how do you see if we make some good errands, or if we make some good money from this? So I can say, you know what? Let me divide my capital into two. Let me say 25. Yes, I can say 25. I can say 25 times. If someone is having around 1,000, me I can just pay say into 50 times. I'll be using $20. So it's up to you what you want. But since someone is having $500, I can say I can divide into 25 times. So that means my first burn amount is going to be $20 and my margin call limit is going to be 25. My limit is going to be 25. All right. So I come here, I put the remark. The remark means what name are you going to give your strategy? I say $500 strategy. $500 strategy. I already put the sign. Dollar strategy. Dollar strategy. Then they ask me first buy amount. Of course, I'm going to put 20. Then margin call limit here. I'm going to put 25. I should always switch off the AI margin call. Now, what percentage take profit? Me, I can leave it there as is. But since I want to make some good money, of course, put 3.01. Here, I always put 0.01 up to down 0.01. Nothing changes. 0.01. Sorry, 0.01. I don't put my coin in cycle. I always put my coin in one shot. What does the one shot mean? One shot, it is a signal. Uncle has given out a signal. When you put it in, after selling out, it won't buy again. If you leave your coin in cycle, it will repeatedly buy it. It will repeatedly trade. Once it's done selling out, it will buy immediately. So that cumulative buying and selling, that's what we call a cycle. So for me, I teach one shot because it's a signal. Now the science is here on margin configuration. This is where the science is. This is where the science is. So in reaching margin configuration, quick number one, on times, put 1 1 throughout. No wasting time. Put 1 1. Karamba, 1 1 throughout. 1 1 throughout. What does 1 1 mean? It means that your bot is going to buy this coin one time. The bot it's going to inject in $20 one time. If I put here 2 times, that means once this coin drops 3.5%, it will buy it 2 times. That means it's going to inject in $20 2 times. That means it's going to inject in $40. So the reason as why I put 1 time is because our strategy was like $20 25 times, which will equals to $500. So on first call, we are going to put something a little about 0.1, also here 0.1, also here 0.1, also here 0.1. You know why? Because I want my robot to buy quickly so fast. The first four margin calls, meaning the first four margin calls, the drop is around, it follows around 0.4%, and my bot would have injected in $100. Even though this coin stops here and it pumps up, that means my bot has already utilized $100 of my $500. Is that a bad thing? My bot has already utilized 20% of my capital. Remember, my capital is $500. On my $500, my bot has already used $100, meaning in case you have used this strategy and it happened to sell out so quickly, that means your bot has already used the 20% of your capital to put into the trade. This is as why I use the first buying amount with the less drops, because I want my bot to at least put 20% of my capital, then the remaining $400 will be subjected to the margin calls, because this is where the real money is. This is where the 80% of our capital is. So upon reaching here, I'm going to put 1.8 throughout. I'm going to put 1.8 throughout. Let me see, 1.8 times 20. Let me see, 1.8 times 20. That will be 36. Okay, I'll fix that and let's see. I'm going to put 1.8 throughout. 1.8 throughout. 1.8 throughout. 1.8 throughout. 1.8 throughout. 1.8 throughout. 1.8 throughout, 1.8 throughout, 1.8 throughout, 1.8 throughout, 1.8 throughout. This is where somewhere I want to reach and I stop there. Okay, I'll put 1.8 here from the 50th margin call, from the 50th margin call up to the 20th margin calls, meaning these are 15 levels. These are 15 levels. Now let me see if that is 1.8 times 15. That means I've utilized 27. Total drop of 27%. Yeah. So from the 21st margin call, I'm going to put to 2%. Not supposed to be 1.8. From here, I'm going to put to 2. I'm going to put to 2. I'm going to put to 2. Can leave that one there. I'm going to put there to 2. Can leave that there. 27 plus the 10, that's around 37, plus the 5 I've left down here. Are you seeing this 5? The last one I've put it to be 5. It is around 42%. Plus the other 1.4, which was the first 4 margin calls. 0.1 times 4, that's around 1. That is around 0.4%. That means my total drop is around 42%. Remember I told you, if you're designing a strategy, make sure your strategy does not go below 40%. Your margin call drop does not go below 40%. Meaning, if I enter a trade and even though it goes below 20, even though it goes below 40%, I'm still on a good side, because most of the coins we trade, they drop around 20%, 30%, 40%, and others some around 50%. They pump so high. So how safe are you? How secure are you? Even though when the market is in red, you're going to be making some good money out of it. So the reason as to why I've actually put up some small percentages, because I want my bot to be busy buying whenever there's a high chance. Whenever there's a continuing drop, my bot buys. Whenever there's high increase, my bot sells out so quickly. So if you add all these total drop percentages, they're going to equate to around 42%, meaning when I'm on a safe side, this is a good strategy. So you have to design something, or the margin configurations, which add up to around 40% and above. You can even put 50%, you can even put 70%, depending on your level of greatness. But for me, I've used the 40% drop. It is enough for me. This is the standard settings I set for my people. The margin call settings or the margin call drop percentages, they must equate to more than 40%. Is this a bad strategy? Are you seeing down here? Whenever the coin drops around 1.8%, it buys. 1.8, it buys. 1.8, it buys. 1. It buys. Once it reaches the last one, it's going to be putting 2%. The last one will be putting 5%. By the time the bot completely utilizes all this money, man, just maybe have made a lot of good money. After here, you save. Now, this is where the real trick is. Always come here on distributed and take profit allocation. This is where we customize our sub cells to also give us good money. This is where we set the take profits. Like I told you, with RoyalQ, you can customize it to anything you want. With RoyalQ, you can customize it to anything you would want. So I want also my sub cells to give me some good money. So what do? I tap here and I increase on take profit allocation. Sub cells, they start from the 50th call up to the 25th call down here. Are you seeing here? So my bot will continue to give me a lot of money from the 50th call till down here. So when I reach, I'm going to just put 33%. I also want this sub cells to also give me a take profit of 30%. You see how I'm going to make a lot of good money? You see how I'm going to make a lot of good money? Imagine $20 giving around 33%. How much you're going to earn per day? 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 Imagine. We're going to chill out and see how we can make some good earnings of money from this. 33 save. Let's see if $20 times 3%, are we making $0.6? If at all I have like 10 successful trades in a day, that's around $6. This is just one trade. These are sub sales, and we usually have these sales. We usually have these drops because coins sell out so quickly. Imagine earning with your $500, earning from margin calls $6. Whether the market is good or the market is bad, at least an average of earning $6. By the end of a week, we would have made around $42. Those are just with margin calls. Imagine if the market is bleeding, people are crying for you earning a $42. That's around 50k Ugandan shilling in a bad market. The market is bleeding. People are not earning a single dollar for you earning $6 a day. Just imagine with your 2 million, not even 2 million, it's around 1.8, 1.7. Imagine. It's 1.8 million, but you're earning 150,000 a week. By the end of a month, you're earning around 600,000 Ugandan shilling through the bleeding market. Now imagine if the market is now pumping up, you're still on a good side. So that's how this strategy really works out after you save. That's how it is. Have you learned out something beautiful today? Let me see out. Have you learned out something beautiful today? Have you learned out something beautiful today? Chimba Hassan has learned. Costa Nawe team has learned. Let me see what those participating. Nakalyango Moha SK Mbuga. Hey! Tino Mgaga. SK Mbuga. Okay. Mr. Alvin. He's a real designer. For any kind of graphic designing, yeah, contact out that guy. I now work on launch. That guy I now work on launch. Let me show you out something beautiful he's doing out. Let me show out something beautiful he's doing out. I'm seeing where is Mr. Kenneth? Where is Mr. Kenneth? Are you seeing things like this? Kariwako. So this is some of the work he's doing. He can design for you a sticker, or because nowadays we no longer need posters, we no longer need business cards, but you can always put a sticker. You can always put a sticker onto your status, on any status. Like you see crypto ambassadors doing on every post they do, they should always put a sticker onto their posters. So you can also put a sticker onto your post. It's going to help you market your work. It's gonna help you market out your work. Now let's say I want to send this guy. Let me take a pic here. I come. Where's my sticker? This is my sticker here. This is my sticker. I put it there. I send it to him. You see? That means on every picture I will be posting, I will equate it with my sticker. I equate it with my poster. It will be easy out for me to market. It will be easy out for me to market. Let's see Mr. Julius Kawanda. Let's see out Mr. Julius Kawanda. Whenever he's posting onto something, he always add a sticker of today is not there. But he has been doing that. He always adds a sticker of crypto ambassadors on their post, on every post they do. So also this guy Alvin will help you out, design for your poster, or a business card which you always put onto your posts. All right, let me see among the questions I've been receiving. Can you make the distributed preferential as well? Yes, it's what I've done. Yes, I believe Mr. Mo have answered you right. I believe I have answered you right. I believe I have answered you right. Anyone else having an inquiry before you close out? Because I'm done. Before you close out, is there anyone having an inquiry or anything or a supplement before we close out? Okay. Nankunda Brian, I'm seeing your hand up. Yes, please unmute your mic and speak out. The question is not complete. What is the relationship between distributed take profit ratio and margin call drop ratio? I have answered this. I told you distributed take profit ratio, which is the take profit percentage, which you will benefit from the margin calls. Then margin call drop ratio, this is the designated ratio or the percentage where you're terminating your bot to buy at that given period or at that given drop percentage. Yes, sir. Margin call drop ratio, it's like a sell, it's like a level. You'll be like, when this coin drops to this level, my bot buys it again. Whenever this coin drops to this level, it buys it again. That's what we call a margin call drop ratio. And as I was designing, I told you, let me say here on margin configuration, I was like, now let me just use this. That means whenever this coin drops 1.8, the bot buys. Whenever the coin drops 1.8, the robot buys. Whenever the bot buys 1.8, the robot buys. So these are the ratio. These are the margin call drop ratio. That these are the levels or the cells onto which any slight drop, the bot buys at that given drop percentage. This is what we call. Then this distribute and take profit ratio, it is the amount of take profit you will benefit from every drop you have took. So for me, I was like, you know what? Since I want to make some good money, I want every drop I take like a 3% from it. And we have seen that when we invest $20 on every sell, our bot will be making for us around $0.6 on every sub sell. Then I was like, in case a day you have like 10 successful trades, meaning you're able to make around $6. You're able to make around $6 on automation, meaning someone with $500 is able to make around $12, whether the market is good or bad. So that's how it goes by. Have you learned out that? Have you learned out that? Where are you? Here you are. The question is not complete. I have answered that, Mr. Moha. Anangi. Anyone else having an inquiry? Okay, I've understood. All right, thank you so much. Anyone having an inquiry or a supplement? Yes, Mr. Nankunda Brian. Unmute your mic, then speak out. Are you having an inquiry or a supplement? Mr. Nankunda Brian, maybe you rose your hand by mistake. Saying Asante 01. Okay. Let me see. Even Mr. Kakul. Oh, Mr. Joaquin is right here. Adam Post is also right here. Mungut, Mr. Deo. Lastly, we're having Mr. Jackson. Mr. Jackson who? Mr. Jackson Wagaba. Okay. Since I think we are all done, allow me to stop here. Allow me wish you a brilliant day. Allow me. Hey, Mr. Sentamu was here. Banagi. Kasimulabye. Ndabye bugalo. Yeah? So Kimalo Munonyako wano where I use Mr. Sentamu here. I saw him somewhere. Saw him clapping. Where is Mr. Sentamu? So Sentamu do say, Kare. Simulabye. But I saw his reaction. Mr. Sentamu, I salute you, sir. I salute you, sir. All right. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much for sparing for me your time to learn up something. Let's hope you put it into consideration. The listener learns to you all. And yeah, let's keep moving. Shall make some good amount from margin calls. Have a good day.